Alright, so this is my review of Resident Evil 3 Remake. I finally got a chance to play this, and I've been very excited to check this out since I really enjoyed the Resident Evil 2 Remake. Because of PlayStation Extra, I got a chance to check it out. I want to start off and preference something. I have never played the original Resident Evil 3. Just going to say that because I know a lot of people have a lot of nostalgia for that game or are very familiar with it. So going into this one, it may be different. But this is why it's going to affect my opinion of the game. So I will be reviewing it based off this game alone, not how it compares to the original. Alright, so let me just jump out of the gate. I really enjoyed Resident Evil 3 Remake. I had an absolute blast. As I said, I enjoyed Resident Evil 2 Remake, but at the end of the day, I think I like this one a little bit more. Now, I can tell you several of the reasons why. I love both the characters in the second one, but I love Jill. Carlos is a pretty interesting character. Being chased down by the Nemesis, genuinely pretty terrifying in several moments. Now, for me personally, I'm not a big puzzle person. I love the Resident Evil franchise, but the puzzles are not my favorite thing. There were less puzzles in this game than there were in Resident Evil 2, which is why, and it's more action-packed. So I do like the action side of it, but it isn't afraid to show the horror side of it, because there were several moments that I was genuinely creeped out playing through. A lot of those scenes where it's very dark and you have just your little flashlight, and I didn't have my brightness all the way up, so it didn't do a whole lot. So it brought a lot of fear, even when there were action-packed moments going on. If you didn't already know, this game just shows Jill might be one of the most legitimately badass characters, at least of all time, when it comes to action, survival horror. She is an absolute menace. Either she is the toughest person I've ever seen, or she has the thickest plot armor I've ever seen in my entire life. Doesn't matter. Jill's a great character. Carlos is a really cool character too. One of the missions that you defend the hospital is one of my favorite missions. Honestly, I just like playing as Carlos because you kind of get to use the assault rifle. It's super cool. Kind of harkens to Resident Evil 5, all that. Really enjoyed it. But overall, Resident Evil 3 is a really good game. If you liked Resident Evil 2 Remake, you're going to love Resident Evil 3 Remake. Unless maybe you have an opinion compared to the original. But overall, great game. Super action-packed with enough horror to spice it up. Being chased by Nemesis, admittedly, did get a little frustrating towards the end. But for most of those encounters, pretty great. Really did a good job with Jill's character. Honestly, I don't have much more to say besides I do slightly enjoy this over the RE2 remake, which I'm sure it'll be a hot button topic. But let me know, have you played Resident Evil 3 Remake? If so, let me know what you think. And do you agree or disagree with my take on the game? I'd love to hear in the comments.